Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to WhatMap, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Well, today we've got a map which would fall into the fantasy genre, although it won't really feel fantastical when you're down the ground level. In fact, while you're down the ground level, you're going to be too busy trying to work out what's the most exciting way to build a city. The way that this map has been put together down at ground level breaks it up the map very nicely indeed, in a way that you look at it, you go, oh, I could do this, I could do that. You're going to be filled with ideas. This is a map that is very cleverly put together, the sort of thing you'd expect from a top creator, which can only mean one thing.
It's my first map.
That's right, I know. Fancy that for a first map. I mean, it's not the most beautiful thing you're going to see in the world, but it's very, very cleverly broken up. Breaking up maps is a very good way to get on with a relationship with your map. What should we do first of all? I know. That's right, clicking that like button really does support the channel, gets me seen by more people and helps me grow a little bit more every single day. Thank you for your support. Today's map is Silver Creek by Artifis. Okay, Artifis, I'm actually genuinely impressed. First map or not, genuinely impressed. There's a little bit of polishing that could be done, but that comes with experience. There's your start square, and there's nothing really to say about this one. Highway, river, square land, interesting shapes of the trees. Terrain heights, plenty of buildable space, and it's tiered. We've got a low level and a high level as well. Resources, very good again. We've got everything and in very definitive areas, all good there. And then if you've got Sunset Harbour and want to do some fishing, we actually have all 4 of the fish as well. Tick, 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 tick. Lots of boxes being ticked. Off to the workshop. What do we need? Well, is no DLC required today and no assets. It's 100% vanilla. We'll be using the vanilla tropical theme and the realistic 1.2 LUTs because we always do. Trust me, it's the way to go. And yes, a nicely written short, easily digested description that doesn't need to go into any more depth than it does. So wow. Yeah, it's just one of those maps that when you come down the ground, this is nothing special. Okay, what you're looking at here, and I'm gesturing with my hand, and it doesn't show because I don't bother showing my hands or my face on the show. You want to see the map, don't you? This down here is nothing special, and the thing is, there's nothing about the map which on its own stands out and screams, "Oh, it's the most fantastic thing in the world!" And yet, the sum of all the parts make it one of the, I'm not saying not one of the most fantastic things in the world, but make it into a good map. What we've got here is a good map. Yeah, I mean the bridge, I mean I don't know what to say. That again, there's a little bit of slight improvements that can be made to that, but again, that is a good bridge. It's not a bad bridge, that is a good bridge. And if every bridge were, if the base game bridges were as good as that, we're light years ahead of all of that. And also notice the trees are not on the highways, and that is a good thing. I'm pointing that out for a very specific reason, right? We've clearly given this a lot of thought and a lot of effort has gone in to make sure that the highways are clear. Again, I think actually that's a better bridge than the last one we just saw. That's a good bridge as well. So that will make that a pretty good bridge. We've got a good bridge and a pretty good bridge. It's a weird English language how a pretty good can be both worse and better. You know, oh, it's pretty good. Oh, that's pretty good. Depends on your inflections. Here's your start square intersection. Now, this is again very slickly done. Again, very good work going on here. Nice ramps, good height over the highway, and then a few of the new vanilla trees in there on or under the highways. And that looks like a very enticing build start location, doesn't it? Do you think? So yes, what we've got is completely cleared highways, and then as we put in the intersection there, we've kind of forgotten that we've got trees underneath there. Again, does it matter? We're well underneath the tree limit here. I've not even checked the tree count, but I can tell you we're underneath the tree limit. So that's not a problem. We're not looking to save trees. And they're only showing through because of my anarchy settings. But anyway, we've got that. Next intersection here, we've got exactly the same thing here where we've got these trees. Mind you, these again are the new trees. I'm just wondering whether the new trees were put in after. Perhaps it's a question of the map was put together using the old trees and then the new trees became available when they wanted to do some extra detailing with them and did it on the speed. That's a possibility. I'm speculating that one because they've only recently become available. Next bridge there, another good big old bridge. I think with that one I would have gone without suspension sections and just had that as a regular crossover bridge. That's just me. That's how I would have done it. Again, there's nothing wrong with what you saw there. I would say that was the weakest of the 3 bridges that we've seen so far. And again, that's still a good bridge. Heading off now towards the edge of the map. So yes, it's been an interesting week this week. All sorts of interesting things, including yesterday. I don't know if you saw yesterday's show which was again a fantasy desert map. Was it Gira Revitalized Desert? That was an interesting. We'll jump across to the river. In fact, we'll go across this way. We'll cross the river. Why not? Only time you're going to see this river is right there. Interesting spawn point on that river as well. But I forgot to go back. But yes, a very interesting desert map. Now, if you're a BonBon buddy, if you subscribe to me on Patreon or on as a YouTube member, do make sure you check out What Map Extra, which is the extra show that I do for you guys, where I've gone and done a little bit of terrain work. Good rail bridge here. Slight elevation on this end and on the other end, but again, nothing that I don't believe in. So that's good. So anyway, yeah, what I was saying, so yeah, I've done a little bit of terrain work. Oh, we've got a ditch. Do you see the ditch? A dimple. Yeah, that could be smoothed out a little bit as well. It just feels it doesn't quite fit, and that's like 15 meters deep. That's quite deep. So yes, I've done a little bit of work on that one, just in playing about with it, just seeing whether my thought process from that actual review actually works. So yeah, if you're already a BonBon buddy, then do make sure you check out that one because it was a lot of fun to actually play about with, and that'll be on the channel now. If you're not a BonBon buddy, then $2 a month you can join me, and you get all sorts of bonus shows as well. Got a few drowned trees there, just a few drowned trees. Yeah, I do all sorts of bonus shows. We do that. I do As Live from the island every now and then, where I go back and do a bit more city building. And we vote on the Friday map. Again, another tree on the rail here, and again, it's one of the new trees. I'm thinking, hang on, is there any more around the corner here? This is clear. I know there's definitely a little bit of tree issues going on. Yeah, here we go, a little cluster. I reckon these were done last. That's my speculation. So yeah, we do all of that. The BonBon Baddies get to vote on the Friday map and get your name in the credits and all of those things as well. And there's various other rewards as well. But listen, yeah, just watching the show is reward enough for me. Thank you very much. I do like seeing those little view numbers going up. Always good. Anyway, heading off towards the edge of the map, we will take a brief intermission. We'll come back and check for the shipping routes. We'll be checking for the water flow, and I'll show you a few of the interesting parts of the map away from all of these lovely networks. Be right back.
Are your soggy little Sims constantly getting even more soggy? Are you continuously drowning your trees and soaking your city? Then you need BonBonB's flood management tutorial. Click the information button now.
Back to Silver Creek by Artifis and the shipping routes. Okay, shipping route, we've got 2. This one is a through route. It links in from the side of the map there all the way up to the top of the map, so you get a little bit of through traffic in the background. I quite like that. And then over here you've got one with no through traffic. This is a dead end one that comes up the other side of the island on the left and the mainland on the right. So again, we've got shipping routes that are definitely pretty usable. Water flow, it's a fantasy map. The rivers don't make any logical sense in terms of what would erode away and how the water would flow down. But do you know what? I don't care. do not care. And in terms of playability, we have got strong water flowing through the start square, and that I care more about, especially for those of you that care about that sort of thing. Okay, overall the map is very interesting. We've got some interesting shapes of mountains. Now they are a bit knobbly, and that can make it look more rocky, or it can just make it look like it's unfinished. But that's down to how your eyes take it. I think it works quite well on this particular map. The river networks, you can see it's just a really unusual shape, series of rivers connecting up in bizarre ways. And we also have over here a little farming area. This is nice. This area reminds me a bit of Biomes, the new vanilla DLC map from the map pack. That one there. Then we have the islands over here, which are plenty big enough to build on as well, and are believable in the way that I'm seeing the map. We have everybody's favourite factory, two of them are right by the rail dead ends there, and I kind of like the way that the foliage is being used to cover the rail tracks. Also got a good looking waterfall. This is a good looking waterfall. It has got a little bit of glitchy water because of the vanilla rocks going on there, but if you look at this from any other angle, it looks great. So there's always a positive to find. Now there is a little bit of polishing that can be done to the map in terms of smoothing. You can see here we have the digitized lines there. Obviously there was a digital terrain map used at one point. Little bump there. Those are very standard, like the ditch that we saw earlier. Fairly standard from taking a digital terrain map and just not running the smoothing tool over it quite enough, missing one or two bits. There's all of this, but there's the worst bits around here. This is like the most clear digitized part of the map. There's not too many bits like this, and most of the map I like, and even the hills where they're very ruggedy, I think it works on this particular map. This little island over here, I just want to point it out because we have a couple of drowned trees at this end. And because of the vanilla rock in the cave, which has the trees already on it, we have a couple of drowned trees over here. Bit of water glitching as well, because that rock's a building and water glitches around buildings. Have a look over here. There we go. I'm sorry, I'm not lost. Only place on the map where we have multicolored trees is this little valley here. I don't know if I like it because it's the only place, or I'm disappointed there aren't more. I'm kind of like midway between the 2 points on that one. I don't know. Okay, then down here we've got, I would say I'm just liking the forest work in general on this particular map. It's just some good shapes and some good mixes. Up here we have a river system that ends up as a dry river. Seeing a lot of dry rivers these days, so still proud to say that I feel that I would say one of the leaders with Merrickstow's dry river, although I think this is way better than the dry river on my first map. This is the first map. I'm liking the logs that are left on the river as well. There's just some nice touches going on there. Definitely better than the dry river at Merrickstow, in my opinion. Then we have lots of buildable space over this part of the map. Over here we have the big flat islands, which are very buildable indeed. And remember, airports DLC, nice big flat island. You know what I'm thinking? Yeah, ports, definitely ports. And then over here we've got all of this with the ridge, a ridge on the right hand side separating the lowland from the midland rather than the highlands, because we have mountains which are count as highlands. I'm liking the shapes and the designs on the map. It's very well done indeed. Right, okay, the map isn't a disaster, is it? It's really not. Speaking of disasters though, right here in the start square, we have the asset of the day. If I can find it, there it is. It's the JP Disaster Speaker by EXYN4. Now, you don't actually need the Natural Disasters DLC, unlike what I said in the chart show. This is actually just the prop, and it's a good looking prop. And factoids, because factoids. Right, we're in Silver Creek, so here's a Creek factoid. Jonathan Creek is a long-running British mystery crime drama series produced by the BBC and written by David Renwick. It stars Alan Davis as the main character, who works as a creative consultant to a stage magician, whilst also solving seemingly supernatural mysteries through his talent for logic deduction and his understanding of illusions. And Alan Davis, in my personal opinion, is the best Doctor Who that we've never had. He would have made an amazing Doctor Who. Anyway, JP Disaster Speaker by EXY4N4. Bump. Today's asset of the day. What a good little thing there. Tiny little thing. And I think it's really cute. Cute. Just like me. Sorry, where were we? Yeah, if you're still here, your chance to vote on the map. Please vote on the map. Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month. The Viewer's Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Well, only you can decide. Getting my words. Click the I button in the top right corner of your screen or the link in the description to take you to the voting page where you can vote for free with a Facebook, Gmail, Apple or a Patreon account. Just about squeezed it in there. Didn't notice, did you? No. What do I think of today's map? Well, aesthetically, I really like the design of this. I really, really like the design of this. I need a bit of polishing to be a 4-star map. I can't go 4 stars just on design alone. I'm going to go for a very, very, very high 3. It's very nearly there. It's so good. Detailing, pretty much the same as the aesthetics, actually. I'm liking a lot of what I'm seeing, but it just needs polishing and experience. And with those, this becomes an outstanding map. What we have is a medium-high 3 stars. Gameplay potential. I think there's a lot of options here, and if I didn't have so many little things that I'd want to be cleaning up first, I would be maybe even thinking 5 stars. But I'm not. I'm going middle 4. Silver Creek by Artifis. Now, this one I was in 2 minds over the seal of approval, but I don't think I can. I don't think I can, given all the little just bits of polishing that still need to be done. But it's a very good first map. As an opener, Artifis, if you're watching this, I'm genuinely impressed. That is a impressive first map by design. Good job. Anyway, if you're still here, you cast the spell of me. Use the word of the day in the comments to prove you're part of the 20 and out elite, and I will be back tomorrow with the chart show, and we've got the DLC map pack, first part of the 4-part review coming up tomorrow. Have a great day, and I'll see you very, very soon.